All right, we're trying to get Joe Jackson on the phone lines. That's, and when he joins us, he will join in the discussion. But for now, Dr. Frank Bano is an economist, development economist, and also head of research at the Dankwa Institute. Dr. Bano, thank you for your time. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good afternoon to you.
Sorry, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. So congratulations to the NPP for successfully launching its manifesto. So let's delve into the issue of taxes. If you can provide more details of, Dr. Bawumia's promise or the party's promise, granting tax amnesty, merging all levies, having everybody start afresh on a clean slate. How is this going to be, rolled out?
Thank you very much, Annie. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm so sorry. I'm having feedback on your line. I don't know if it's your TV that's on or you're near.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Not too good. Not too good. I'm sure you have a receiver. I'm sure you're closer to a receiver. All right. So let's try and see.
Can you hear me now, Annie?
Yes, I can hear you now. It's better.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, it's better.
Yes. So tax amnesty and flat rate is not anything new within the tax system. In fact, there are countries that have shifted from the kind of progressive tax system that they used to have, and they have now gone to the proportional. So the the flat rate is more or less like a proportional tax system, whereby there is a fixed percentage that you pay on whatever income or revenue that you earn. So a classical example in the economic literature is the case of Estonia, for example, in 1999-2000. Estonia moved away from the complicated tax system, quote unquote, that they used to have and went to a very simple tax system whereby, for example, if I am a worker or I'm a government worker or I work for any private individual or private institution, and I'm paid, let's say, 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, I am able to calculate my tax without necessarily even engaging the services of a tax expert or an accountant, for that matter, to tell me or to calculate for me what I am supposed to pay as tax on my earnings. Because once it's a fixed rate, you know that maybe for this income group of earners, it is 5% or it's 10%, just like I was giving the example. You can just take 10% of your income. So, for example, if it is 2,000 Ghana cedis, for example, you know that at the end of every month, maybe you are paying 200 Ghana cedis as tax. And it is very straightforward and not cumbersome. So this is what a country like Estonia did. And then a country that had a GDP of about 6.4 billion in 2000. As a result of this flat rate tax system, it drew a lot of investors. I mean, when I talk about investors, I'm talking about businesses. So by 2014 or 2015, 2016, thereabout, Estonia had attracted over 20,000 businesses, and this is public data that you can Google and find out. And Estonia's GDP, which was about 6.4 billion, by 2022 had grown to 26.3 billion, more than a 300% increase in terms of the GDP growth because of some of these policies. Then one of the things they also did was that, you see, one of the things that I need in terms of forex, I mean, the last time I was in the studio, we were talking about exchange rate and the forex. One of the things that the city has been sweating a lot, that between the period of March to June especially, you have a lot of foreign companies repatriating their profits back to their home countries. And for that matter, it puts a lot of pressure on our currency. So as part of this fiscal regime that Estonia did, and what Dr. seeks to also replicate, because Dr. had gone to Estonia already and meet the leadership of the Estonian. I'm sure you might be aware of this, Annie. One of the things that they did was that, look, they spoke to these people and said, look, if you agree to reinvest your profit in this country, in your business, and also engage or employ Estonians, you would pay zero tax on the profit that you have reinvested. And a lot of companies agreed to this, and like I was saying, because of this, it ended up attracting over 20,000 companies into the country, and it also generated a lot of employment opportunities for the good people of Estonia. So this is something similar that Dr. speaks about, that as a country, he has seen that our tax system is very cumbersome and complicated. And if you speak to a lot of businesses, I have had the opportunity to to sit in a meeting with Guta. I've had opportunities to sit in a meeting with the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And one of the things they all talk about is that our tax system is very complicated. In fact, some of them go on to make the case that by the beginning of the year, GRA has already told you that you owe a tax of this for the first quarter, without the people having an understanding on how GRA arrived at that rate that they have posted to them. So all these things make businesses complicated. They also don't encourage investment and so on and so forth. And for that matter, if businesses are not investing, that means that there isn't the propensity to engage or employ people. So these are some of the bottlenecks in our tax system that Dr. also seeks to eliminate.
Right.
Then lastly, the tax... Okay.
I just wanted to find out about the Estonia situation. And Estonia's implementation of this flat rate was 2023, right? If I'm correct.
No, I think it was 2000.
It was rather 2000.
Yes, 1999, 2000. That was when they started implementing this system.
And it's rated one of the best, the country with the best tax system across the world, right?
Yes, one of the best. Yes, that's true.
Right. So in comparing or trying to have a blueprint with Estonia, have we done the comparison of our economic fundamentals, the standard of living of its people, and how we can actually do, because, well, if you're copying a blueprint, it should be easy for implementation. So yeah, I want to believe that we've done all these comparisons of its economy to Ghana's economy and see, okay, how easy can Ghana weave through this?
Yeah, Annie, thank you very much for that question. You see, Annie, you know that the Eastern European countries, at a point in time, some of them were even doing worse than most sub-Saharan African countries. And if you read the economic literature, the Eastern European countries were not doing so well as compared to the Western European countries like the France, the Germany, the Netherlands, the Norway, the Sweden, the Denmark, and so on and so forth, Annie. These were countries that most of them had just come out of war. I mean, that Eastern Europe is where you had the Kosovo War and you had all those things. And economically, they were not as strong as their counterparts in Western Europe. So when you talk about the fundamentals, that is why I'm bringing in this issue. So fundamentally, there were big gaps within their economy. But because they enrolled a system that sought to attract investment, today, they are one of the best countries that you can go to. So it's all about having the blueprint that seeks to attract investment. And that is what I've said. Not just attracting investment, a blueprint that would encourage your own people to be comfortable in paying taxes and not trying to find ways to dodge tax payment, because the tax system is very complicated and it's also too cumbersome and expensive on the individuals. So it's not just about attracting foreign direct investment. Right.